Filming from GenCon 2016, I'm here with Randall of Catalyst Games, who is going to tell us a little bit about Wrath of Dragons, a recent release by Catalyst.
Yeah, so Wrath of Dragons is what we call a resource destruction game. It kind of does a little bit of a flip on most games where you're hoarding all of your resources. So ultimately it's kind of an old world game where you're actually playing as a dragon. So the dragons are sleeping, the dragons are going to wake up, they're going to look out and they're going to find that over the last century of them being asleep, humanity is populated and built up as cities, and you're going to be really upset that how dare humanity rise up across your area, and then you're going to be able to run through the territory and pillage and plunder and take the various resources, burn cities down.
And you must be hungry too. I mean,
absolutely.
for 100 years.
Absolutely. There's nobles to eat. You then are going to go back asleep. You're going to go through and repopulate again, and that's going to go through 6 centuries or 6 rounds.
Oh, nice.
And so then what happens is you're taking those resources, you're putting them behind a screen so others can't see it, and then the twist is twofold. So it has a kind of a standard scoring mechanism where you're looking for sets, so whoever has the most weed or whoever has the most gold or nobles are going to score the most at the end of the game. But during the game, you have various cards. You need to spend those resources to be able to activate those cards. So the cooler and better actions that allow you to do better things, you're going to be burning those resources. But if you burn too many resources, then at the end of the game, you're not really getting out what you need to then get those sets. So it's kind of a fine balance of being able to chew and eat and destroy resources while not going too far, or you'll have nothing at the end of the game. The other great element of the game is that the dragons actually progress. They have some powers. And so as you're able to hit certain marks of, you know, I destroyed 4 cities and the rest of the dragons are in awe of that, and that allows you to grow a little bit, and you're able to get some powers that are going to increase what you can do.
Excellent. Let's take a look at the board.
So you can see that we've got the board. This represents the various cities, and these are the different regions. And the regions have, you know, standard sheep and nobles and the cities and villages. And then in the center is a unique mechanism where the tile is turning, and you have to be able to turn it and then have the right card to play to be able to activate whatever it is you're doing in a given scenario. Or sorry, in a given region. You then have your dragon lair cards that are hiding your material behind it, and then you have your dragon cards, which are what you see here laying down, that have the abilities on it, your hit points, as well as your actions, and then finally the powers that you have during the game.
So you will have your dragon on the board, like we see that green dragon. Then you will be moving around, looting, destroying, eating, burning things down.
Exactly. So based upon, at the beginning, you're going to have the lair action. So if you see on the top left-hand side of the board, there's something called lair actions.
Oh yeah.
And so people are going to go through and they're going to almost kind of a draw mechanism, go through and be able to pick which one that they want. And then those various lair actions, for example, place your dragon first, and then it's going to go clockwise. And so the green dragon, to be honest, I can't quite tell if this is the start of a turn or at the end, but basically start of a turn. So the green dragon is placed first, and then it's going to go clockwise with the other dragons. You can see the blue, the white, and the red. They're then going to be placing down. Then you're going to go through, and you're going to be able to play cards to be able to, am I able to take that wheat field and burn the wheat field to the ground? Am I going to be able to steal a noble or gold? Do I able to steal a city? You'll take those all, you'll put them back behind the screen. If you took enough, you're then going to be able to get that power that you're looking to increase what your dragon can do. You're then going to have a series of cards that you will flip up, and those cards will randomly determine which parts of the regions are then growing back up as a century goes back by. And then you reset with new lair actions and go through another turn.
Excellent. How long does it typically take to play?
It's about a 90 to 120 minute game.
The number of players?
5 players.
Up to
excuse me, 6 players.
So 2 to 6?
2 to 6 players.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your introduction of Wrath of Dragons from Catalyst Games.
You're very welcome.